Hey, my name is Eric Normand, and these are my thoughts on functional programming. I'm not going to talk about a theory of functional programming today. Today, I'm going to talk about something else that's on my mind. It's probably a little less well-formed than that theory, which I will come back to that. But right now, I just want to talk about how programming is a pop culture. And it's true, programming is a pop culture. There are big trends, fads, new frameworks coming out all the time. It's all about attention and getting mind share and people watching your media about what framework or what language to use or how to program. And someone I really respect, Alan Kay, in one of his talks, brought this up, and that's where I first started thinking about it. But he brings it up in a kind of in a negative way, in the sense that we don't have a real engineering discipline. If people are doing engineering, it's just by chance. It's not that they learned it from books. It's that they just happen to be naturals and learned it through mentoring. And so we don't have a real culture of building software. We basically don't know what we're doing yet. And we're doing our best, but we still haven't come up with the system that is going to take us where we're ultimately going with the software stuff. And also, we don't understand our history. We don't learn about where the ideas came from and what ideas actually did already, that aren't new. They seem new now, but people were working on them back in the 60s and 70s before the personal computer revolution. So he's got a really good point that we're all working on, what is the coolest language, and we base our practices on something we read on Hacker News. It's a really good point. But I also think that there's a perspective shift is missing. That I don't think that it's a bad thing. Well, let me put it this way. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it's reality. We have to accept that the world is moving toward everything being pop culture. That things happen too quickly, that it's too easy to get distracted and have people's attention be pulled this way and that way. And it's just the reality now. When we were having longer form discussions in print, right? So the advent of the printing press and books, and how that really created science. The fact that you could print something and have it distributed, and people had discussions over years through books. There was something magical about that period of time, because books, being a little slower and requiring a lot of work to put together, yet still better than writing by hand in terms of like the distribution, there was something magical about that let ideas that needed a book length to explain, it let them happen. And there weren't so many books that you couldn't keep up, right? You couldn't, like, all your time would be spent reading like we have now, right? This is one of the big problems, is we consume so much media, way more than we produce individually. Okay, but look at what's happened with books now. It's so much easier to write a book, to have it published, to have it distributed. So much easier that there's more and more books all the time, and their quality is not this quality that we romantically look back on in the advent of the printing press and stuff. I'm sure there were a lot of bad books back then, but now there's just more of everything. There's more good books, there's more bad books. And the same thing is happening online, that we're having, it's so much easier to publish, so much easier to consume and distribute, and all the stuff involved in that, that and it's so much more fulfilling, I guess, in a quick hit kind of way. It hits our serotonin centers to have like a quick insight blog post, that we're not reading those deep ideas anymore. We're not creating deep ideas. Most of us probably, I mean, myself included, don't make that many deep ideas in our lifetimes, right? And it does take a special, I don't want to go there, but my whole point is that we're living in a pop culture. Everything is pop culture now, including programming. And I think we should stop fighting it. And we should have pop culture icons, which we already do. They're just not engineered the way we would engineer a pop music icon. We should have a pop programming icon. We should make people who represent a certain niche of programming and turn them into like little idols, little icons of that style of programming, that niche. And I know people are gonna hate me for this, but I don't think we can move the other way. Like, we've tried, and it's the tide is only coming in faster, where we're having more and more media be instantaneous, and more programmers learning from YouTube how to create software. We should instead move the other way and see it more like a democratization of software, that just like rock and roll is kind of a democratization of more classical instruments, but played, I guess jazz is a better example. That jazz was a democratization of classical. It's the same instruments, but played for a small group of people, and it's more improvisational and stuff. Of course, then you have rock and roll, which is like is even more dumbed down version of jazz. Dumbed down. Jazz, well, okay, I don't want to go there. I should actually cut this part out. I'm not that much of a music scholar, but I do know that jazz is a very musical. It has a lot of theory behind it. It had a lot of smart people who were very well trained. Whereas rock and roll, the perception that I have, at least, is that you can get by with a few chords, and you don't really have to be that musically inclined to play. That it's more about performance and emotion and just being authentic, right? Just fun and raw emotion. But we've built systems, software systems, like for instance, web company websites, small businesses where they just need a very simple website where their address is clear and easy to find, and their phone number is easy to find. They don't need a lot of stuff, and really what they need is a WordPress installation with a decent theme. And so more and more of the web is turning into that kind of thing, or more and more of software is turning into that. If you don't need something new and push the limits of technology, you don't need that much skill to put the thing together. And I believe that we are that kind of development could be done in a very pop way, right? Why not? I don't understand why we shouldn't. Probably already is being done in a pop way, meaning people who have popular podcasts or popular YouTube channels are very much influential over those kinds of communities and how programming happens. I just so happen to want to do this for functional programming. I want to take a kind of Liberace approach and dig into the past, the great ideas of the past, the things that we rely on all the time, and also big ideas in math and stuff like that, but also make them accessible and fun and interesting, and make it more pop, like make it something that like someone would have fun doing, and then of course lean on that charisma. I don't have that much charisma, but lean on the charisma and the glamour of celebrity to push good ideas forward, and be part of that conversation. Okay, so that's my idea. I don't think I've ever stated it out loud before, and now that it's come out, I wonder if there isn't a better way to put it. But please let me know what you think. I'm really interested in making this into a conversation, because I'm tired of people saying that that it's a pop culture that's a bad thing, when I just don't think that we can't look at it as a bad thing. Like it's the truth, and so we have to see it as an opportunity. And so let's move forward. Awesome. Tell those robots what you like. Thumbs up is the icon that they understand. Click it. Subscribe. comment, do what you do. 5 stars wherever you rate stuff. Tell the robots what is good.